called a simple formula. Ready? Well, it's I'm sorry, it's under trapezoids. Trapezoid. Which looks like what? Standard garden variety trapezoid, Peter, is a
Two parallel lines. Two diagonal
and two not parallel lines. Okay, and today we're talking about the area of a trapezoid. And I am just going to give you the formulae and tell you what parts of the thing are the formula. And here's what it is. The area, and I'm going to put the little trapezoid right here, so you know that we're talking about the area of the trapezoid, is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. Write that down. Take a little note. Look at it. Ingest it. Are my letters not clear, Christian?
What is the first thing?
A trap. Again, this is called a subscript, and it really just tells you information about this letter. So you don't think that this is the area of a square or a circle or whatever. I put the area of a trapezoid. It doesn't really have anything to do too much with the problem. The area of a trapezoid. Now, let's talk about what these things. We've discussed this before. When you talk about base and height in shapes, what has to be true about them? Like 1/2 base times height for a triangle. What has to be true about base and height? Grace?
It has to form a right angle.
Yes, and then you look at a trapezoid here, are there any lines that form right angles? No. So in a trapezoid, at somewhere, someplace, they're going to have to do this. There's going to be a dashed line, something with a little square on it, and that's going to be like the height. Okay? There has to be, otherwise you can't do it. You can't use these sides for whatever it is. Okay? Now, here's maybe if there's any kind of tricky part, it's probably this. The base 1 and base 2, these two lines right here are the two parallel lines. And it doesn't really matter which one you call which. It isn't going to matter one. I could call this base 1 and I could call this base 2. Doesn't really matter, but they're just each one there. Okay. So as it looks here, let's say this is 10 and this is 14. That's all I need to know to find the area of that trapezoid. I just plug it in there. It's 1/2 base 1, let's call 10, plus base 2 we'll call 14, and we're going to multiply that by the height of 4. Now please note there's a parenthesis there, so you have to do that first. I can't just divide 4 into 10 or 4 into 14. I have to add those two things first before I do anything. Question, Peter, what was that?
No.
Okay, so it's 1/2 of 24 times 4. Now, once you get to this part, because of multiplication, it doesn't matter the order. You can do this just like with triangles, any way you want. You can take half of 24 and get 12 times 4. You can take half of 4 and get 2 times 24. You can take 24 times 4 and get 96 and take half of that. It doesn't matter, whatever way you like to do it. I'd say I'm going to go half of 4 is 2, and 2 times 24 is 48 inches squared, or whatever this thing is here. Okay, but this is important to have in your notes because it will come up numerous times. Area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Let me throw another one at you. How about this one? Oh, here's one. I guess I should have said this before too. Let's say this is 8, 10, 14, and 9. Now this one doesn't have a dashed line. Why? Because in actuality, this side actually does form a right angle, so you don't need that dashed line. But your first step is always to write down the formula. Area of the trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. And then just plug in the numbers. Somebody got the numbers plugging it in. It's pretty easy math. It's not real high level exertion kind of stuff there. Evan says,
For base 1, it could be 10, base 2, 14.
yep, or either way. But what'd you get for answers? Right?
Oh.
Looking for answers here. Eli says 96, which is what I suppose I should do. Let's see what happens. So area equals 1/2, doesn't matter which one you call, I'll put 14 first just because I don't care. And the height is 8. So area equals 1/2, 24 times 8. Doesn't matter which one you take half of first, however it works, whatever floats your boat. Half of 12 is 12, and 12 times 8 is 96. Lest, do we need to do any more?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Stop, Jacob. Stop right where you are, right there. What don't you get? So tell me what you don't understand.
When we're doing B and B2, I don't really understand the, like, because I thought it, 10 and 8 were supposed to be B1 and B2.
The B's are always the two parallel lines.
Oh.
So you just look and see what two parallel lines you have, those are the B's, and or by, always. Now, there might be a case when the parallel lines are actually vertical, like this. It's still, these still are gonna be the bases, the two parallel lines. This, if there was a right angle, this would be the height. Doesn't matter, flip flop. Two parallel lines are always the B's. Is that cleared up?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yes.